Hello, welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd, and you were watching Boyd News. I want to thank you so much for tuning in today. So, a response to an Israeli airstrike on the Hodeidah port is coming. That's what Abdul Malik al-Houthi has said. He is the leader of the Houthi rebels from Yemen. There was an airstrike that happened just this last Saturday on the port of Hodeidah inside of Yemen. The Israelis launched a massive attack, destroying the Hodeidah port and the oil and gas reserves that were there at this port as well. There was a massive flame from this attack, and the Houthis have come out and said that their response is inevitable, okay, that they will respond. And now we've got information from the leader of the Houthis here stating this is going to be coming here at some point soon. Okay, so I want to talk some more about this today. And first, I want to show you guys, if you weren't aware of this attack that happened on Saturday, we're going to talk about this first. So I've got this video pulled up. Let's go ahead and take a look at it real quick, and then we'll talk about it after. So this is video footage from the port of Hodeidah after the attack took place. As you can see here, massive fireball. The entire port was completely destroyed from what I understand. At least a large portion of it was. And they had many oil and gas reserves here at this port as well. All of those went up into flames and were destroyed. I'm also going to be showing you guys here very soon. We've got some satellite imagery that shows the extent of the damage after the attack took place. So I thought that was kind of interesting to see that, how much damage was taken here at the port of Hodeidah. So this is what happened recently, okay? So we had this attack on Saturday on the port of Hodeidah, and now the Yemen Houthis are wanting to respond to this, okay? And how this whole thing began was on Friday, just last Friday, 6 days ago, we had an attack inside of Tel Aviv in Israel from a drone that flew into the city, came from the Mediterranean is what it appears like, and struck a high-rise building, killing one person and injuring at least 10 others. Okay, so Israel responded to this immediately 24 hours later, striking the port of Hodeidah. And their defense minister, Yoav Gallant, said the reason why they had targeted this port is because it is used primarily for supplies coming into the country from Iran. And Iran sends them, missile components, drone components, many of the things that were used to attack Israel. Okay, so that's the reason why Israel had completely bombed this port. So we're going to talk some more about this today. Let me go over this article here real quick on the Times of Israel. Houthi chief vows inevitable response to Israeli strikes on Hodeidah. Says rebel leader says any Israeli attack provides incentive for revenge, as Houthis reportedly aiming to target sensitive sites around Israel. So that's something big that the Houthis were coming out and reporting, that they were going to start trying to target many sensitive sites, okay, so including some of the ports of Israel. They have a port in Haifa up on the northern side. They have one in Ashkelon, in Ashdod, and also on the southern side, the port of Eilat. Okay, so because their port was damaged and destroyed, they want to do the same basically back to Israel, destroy their ports. Hezbollah has also warned about this as well. They've warned about destroying the port of Haifa up on the northern side in Lebanon. And also, we've had reports as well that the Houthis may strike some oil or offshore oil and gas facilities in the Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so that's another big development as well. So I'm going to talk some more about this here. Let's get into this. It says a Houthi response to Israeli airstrikes near Yemen's Hodeidah is coming. The Iran-backed rebel group's leader declared in a televised speech on Thursday. Israeli fighter jets struck Houthi oil and fuel facilities at Yemen's port of Hodeidah on Saturday, killing at least 9 people and wounding 87, a day after a Houthi drone hit Tel Aviv, killing a man. So that's another thing that happened here. 9 people were killed at this port, unfortunately, and 87 were wounded. So it was a massive attack, okay? And there was lots of people that were injured and killed. So this is another reason why the Houthis want to respond to this. The response is inevitable, Abdul Malik al-Houthi said. The group's attacks on Israel in solidarity with Palestinians in Gaza will continue and not be deterred by the Israeli airstrikes, he added. Everything that happens from the side of the Israeli enemy will be more incentive for revenge. Okay, so all this is just the Houthis are going to continue to strike Israel attack Israel, go after ships that are in the Red Sea, go after ships that are in the Gulf of Aden or the Indian Ocean, or trying to traverse around the Horn of Africa. Okay, they're already threatening they're going to go after more ships as well. So the Houthis, if anything, all this is going to do is give them more reason for revenge, and that's exactly what they're stating here. The Houthis are reportedly preparing to strike sensitive targets in Israel and in the region after Saturday's strikes. So here's a picture of Abdul Malik al-Houthi. And also it says here, sources close to the Yemeni militia quoted by the Lebanese Al Akhbar Daily said that Houthi military leaders have added new items to their target bank. Okay, so it's going to talk here as well about some of these ports. So it says the Yemeni rebel group, in cooperation with other members of the so-called Axis of Resistance of Iran-backed paramilitary groups in Lebanon, Iraq, and Syria, was said to be planning to hit the Israeli Mediterranean ports of Ashdod, Ashkelon, and Haifa, in addition to the Red Sea port of Eilat. So that's what I just mentioned earlier. Some other bit of news as well that I wanted to share was I saw some reports also that Kataib Hezbollah up in Iraq or Syria were also planning to start attacking Israel as well. Okay, that was some big news. And then there's also been some reports of inside of Syria that there's many different Iranian-backed groups that have been doing drills. They've been practicing and preparing for war with Israel. So this is obviously, if Israel ends up going to war with Hezbollah, this is how those groups would get involved. And apparently they're preparing for this right now, and they're getting ready to go to war against Israel also. Okay, so finally I want to show you one last thing here. This was posted on X from Journalite. It says Hodeidah ports before and after the Israeli attack. So they posted like a clip here with some pictures that show what the port looked like prior to the attack and what the port looked like after the attack. So let's take a look at this real quick. And right in here, here's where we have it. Okay, there you go. So this is what it looked like prior to the attack, and then after. Look at the extent of the damage when we look at this. Okay, let's pause this for a minute. And if you notice, you can see all the oil that looks like it may have spilled into the ocean here, but look at the absolute devastation here. This attack was absolutely huge, destroyed a lot of the oil and gas reserves here in the port of Hodeidah. And I also reported that later that night as well, many of the citizens were flooding the gas stations. There was a video footage of that came out on X, showed a bunch of people at a gas station trying to gas up and get as much fuel as they could and hoard it, considering that this is obviously going to damage their economy when it comes to fuel. And Israel was also warning of potentially striking more of their oil depots as well. Okay, so imagine if they went after more oil depots. That's why we were having a mass panic of people trying to hoard fuel. So again, here's what it looked like prior. Okay, this is what it looked like prior. This is what it looked like after. Okay, so absolutely massive hit. Just wanted to share that with you and show you the amount of damage that was reported here afterwards. Okay, so again, just to recap here before I let you all go today, the Houthi leader is saying that there's going to be a response to the Israeli airstrike that happened on the Hodeidah port last Saturday, and we're going to see what they plan to do. There's also some reports that they may use hypersonic missiles. Okay, and just about a month ago, roughly, the Houthis unveiled a new hypersonic missile that they have. So they do have hypersonic capabilities, from what I understand, and who knows, they may have a lot of other ballistic missiles that they haven't even used yet, or some other crazy capabilities, because they also, apparently this drone that flew into Tel Aviv, the Houthis claim that this drone was a new advanced drone that was very difficult to be detected by air defense systems and radars and things like that. So that's supposedly how this drone was able to make it all the way up to Tel Aviv and strike inside of that city. So yeah, that's going to be it for this update though. Let me know what you think about this. Share your thoughts, concerns, and opinions down in the comment section. If you got something out of this update, please smash that like button. Also, if you enjoy my content, please consider subscribing down below. Hit the notification bell, that way YouTube can notify you. And with that, I hope y'all have a great day. Everybody take care and God bless, and we'll see you in the next one.